I'm Annie Vinton. I'm a marketing executive, and I'm a Stonehill graduate.
Great.
Tell me about your experience at Stonehill, maybe experiences with professors or
Well,
classes.
one of the first experiences I remember is it was my freshman year, and I was in a creative writing class, and this was really my first experience in, sitting in a class and having to write something on the fly. And we all just sit there, he gave us a topic, and we had to write something on the fly. And we had to turn it in, and the next class, he stood up there. Now, this is back in the day before we had laptops and computers and things, so we literally wrote with longhand and had a piece of notebook paper, handed them in. We get back into the class, a day later, 2 days later, and he says, I'm going to read this piece. And I thought to myself, are you kidding me? Is this going to be the class favorite? What's going on? And all of a sudden, he started reading my own words back to me. And I thought, oh God, I hope nobody knows now it's me, because then I don't want people pointing fingers. But the thing that was really cool about it, that made the impact, was that was the first time I ever heard my own words spoken back to me that I had written. And this particular professor really inspired me to write. And I think writing, no matter what field you go into, if you're going to be a straight writer, that's great. But no matter what kind of business you go into, you're going to have to write. And especially now, in this day and age, you have to write emails, and they have to be well written. And he just really started that confidence in me that, yeah, I can be a writer, and also be a writer on the fly, and think quickly and think strategically. So that professor was really important to me in building my basis of whatever I do when I write. So that was great.
So you talked about the chapel being kind of one of your favorite places on campus. Did you have any particular relationships with anybody sort of in the mission division, the campus ministry, or?
I did. Actually, there were two priests that were fantastic that actually lived in the SEM or right next to the SEM. And I still remember their names, Father Willie and Father Cruz. And they were really good because they were, at the time, maybe they were 15, 20 years older than us, I don't know. While they were really good mentors, they also had really good senses of humor. And I still, actually, to this day, I'm still in touch with Father Willie over Facebook, of all things. I know he's out in Los Angeles, and he works with a theater ministry, I believe. But I always remember him as being somebody that I could approach and be like, hey, Father Willie, how's it going? Whether it's on the way to the cafeteria, he'd sit down and have dinner with us. He, it was someone that if you actually had something you needed to get off your chest, it was good, but he didn't feel like, he wasn't, I don't know how to say this, but he wasn't priestly in that sense. He felt like a peer. And this kind of describes Father Willie and Father Cruz. When we lived at the SEM, we had this event that we did where we put together a video for our Christmas party. So one of my dear friends and I put together this video. And the video basically was based on kind of what happens behind closed doors at the STEM. So, for example, we did the basketball guys. We walked in and they were listening to Mozart and they were studying. And then we had another guy talking to the camera. You thought he was talking to some woman, but he actually was talking to his basketball. And we thought, wouldn't it be fun to walk in on the priest partying? So we were directing and scripting them, and we said, look, this is what's going to happen. You're going to walk into a dorm room. You're going to, confiscate the party items, and you're going to go back and have a good time. And we were trying to direct Father Willie, and he said, oh, no, I have this one. And we were so surprised at how funny they were and how they really got the vibe of what we were trying to do. And I really think after, we edited that and we showed this video, I think it actually even opened up for more people to approach them because they had the sense of humor and they were able to make fun of themselves because part of their job was to keep us in line. We were kids, and they had to keep us within the parameters of what the rules at Stonehill were, and I think it gained they gained a lot of respect from it, and I think they also became so much more approachable to all the students. So, and I still love what Father Willie's doing today for young children, or not, I shouldn't say young children, what Father Willie's doing for young students and young adults today in theater. I think it's wonderful. So.